Okay, there we go. All right, so I just wanted to welcome everybody to the call. And my name is Michael Ann Dillinger, and I'm from Hernando, Mississippi. That's me welcoming y'all to the call. I love playing with Bitmojis. Okay, enough about me. I wanted to give you guys some basics, and some of this you guys probably already know and you've got it down pat, but it's all new and it's different from how we're used to doing it. So I thought I would just take a couple of minutes in the beginning of the call and just go through and show some basic information, just some different questions that I've had, and I thought it wouldn't hurt to kind of go over some of this. If you're like me, it helps to hear things more than once. So one question that I've had is, what website do I go to? And it's really even compounded a little more because when we were in pre-launch, before we had our replicated websites, we were all going to trueaurabeauty.com and we were putting in a consultant number and we were logging in that way. You no longer have to do that. From once you become a consultant, from now on, you're only going to need one website, and that is your replicated website. And you were asked to do a website name when you put yourself on the computer or when your recruiter put you in, and your website name is the end of your website. So your website is going to be trueaurabeauty.com/ and I put question marks because whatever you put in for your website name is going to be your website name. So for example, my website name is trueaurabeauty.com/ Michael Ann. Can't have any spaces, so it's like all, the two words put together, no spaces, all lowercase. So if you don't know what your website name is, you didn't write it down or you lost it or whatever, you can actually email the business center, and I've got the email on here later, but it's on one of these slides, but you can email them and they can resend your information so you can get your login, your website, and all of that. Also, if you're going to use the app, which I hope everybody does, and don't be afraid of the app, just get on there and play around with it, even if you just learn a little at a time. And by the way, there are 2 webinars on how to use the app. So I highly recommend going and watching those, even, if you have to watch them more than once. Do not go to the app store to download the app, because if you do, it will not be linked to your personalized website. So what you need to do is go to the email that you got that had a direct link for your app, and it also, it had a link for your app. And if you lost it, didn't get it, can't find it, again, you can call or email TrueAura and they'll send you a link, because everybody's link to their app is unique. And you want to make sure you download it directly from the email so that it's going to go directly to your page. Okay, so that's what we're going to use. Now, once you get logged in, once you get it pulled up, then and I actually did this on my phone, but if you pull it up on your computer, it's gonna be the same page. But you're gonna go to your menu, and if you see where the arrows are pointing with the 3 horizontal lines, you're gonna click that. And once you click that, it's gonna give you a menu. Hey, by the way, if you are not muted, go ahead and mute unless you're one of our speakers, just to make sure we don't have any feedback. Okay, so you've got a couple things that I've pointed to here. I pointed to join and log in. So this is where everybody in the world that goes to your website, when they click the little 3 lines, this is what's going to come up for them. Now, what you're going to do, if you are a consultant, you're going to click login, and that's going to get you to the back office. But if you are a customer, or you're putting a customer into the TLC, then you're going to do join, or if you're recruiting someone. So let me show you the difference. When you click join, you're going to get a drop-down menu that says TLC enrollment or consultant enrollment. Now, this is TLC. We know what that is. Those are people that are clients. They're not consultants, they're clients. They get their products, doorstep delivery, they get their 15%, they can qualify for free shipping. Now, consultant enrollment is if somebody is signing up to be a consultant. So those are the only 2 options with join. Now, what if you have somebody that just wants to order products, but they don't want to do TLC? Okay, then what you do with that is you go to shop. So if you go to shop, if the customer goes to shop, they can add things to their cart, they can read about it, they can learn all about the products. And at the end, after they shop, when they get ready to check out, then it's going to ask them for their name, their address, their email, their phone number, their payment information. And that will actually put them into your system. They don't have to create an account to shop. They can shop, and then they put their information in at the end. Now, to get to the back office, if you remember back here when it says log in, okay, this is how you're going to click log in. And then this is going to come up, and you're going to sign in with your username and password. And here's the email. If you need any of this information, because we don't have any way to recover it, I can't look it up for anybody else. I can't even look it up for myself. I can have it resent. You can email businesscenter@trueaurabeauty.com, or you can call the business center, and I'll call that number out to you. You don't need to do both, because if you call and you leave a voicemail, it's going to create an email. So if you leave a voicemail and you create an email, then they're going to get the message twice. So you just need to do one or the other. And the True Aura Business Center or customer service line is 972-764-3223. I should have had that on here, but I didn't think about it. So that's how you're going to get into the back office. Once you're in the back office, one of the most important things is this resource tab. So when you click the little 3 horizontal lines, like right here, when you click that and you're logged in to the back office as a consultant, you click that and this is going to come up. And you want to click that resources and then go right here to resource library. And when you go to resource library, you're going to be amazed at everything that's in there. Remember me saying there are 2 Zoom webinars, not Zoom, app. The webinars on the app, they're in the resources. The 4 videos that Rick did on compensation and the career plan, that's in there. All of the slides that you're going to see on the products are back there, set sheets. There's even an order form for True Aura, and it has like the date added. You can put your information. You can type in all of the consultant's information and then print it, and you've got a really nice professional invoice. Or you can print them blank, and then you can fill them out like if you're taking them to a party. So just get in there and play around with that, because I love that all of our resources are in one place, because I know before we all relied on Facebook a lot. You have to scroll and search to find things. So that make sure if you have not gone to the back office and gone to resources, make sure you do that. Okay, let's talk about the app for just a little bit, and we will do a little bit more training with the app. I know right now it's new, and like, you know, we're all kind of, I don't know how to use the whole thing. I just am doing a few things with it and just kind of learning as I go. But when you download your app, remember you're doing it directly from that email link. You can get to anything through the app. So if you're on your phone, you click the app, and this is the consultant side. And you can actually go up here to this little person thing, and you can click that. It'll switch it to client view. But from this app, you can go to True Aura Office, which takes you to the back office. Again, you can go to the resources, or you can go to True Aura Pay. Another question that a lot of people have had is, how do I get paid? We know you're going to get a 20% discount when you place an order, but you're going to get reimbursed up to 50% for personal orders or regular client orders, and up to 35% commission for TLC. You want to make sure that you activated your HyperWallet account. You also got a separate email with the HyperWallet. So if you got that and you haven't done it yet, please go and activate that. If you didn't get it, or you lost it, or you haven't done it yet, there's another way you can do that. Okay, when you click, so if you're here, and you click True Aura Pay, this is what's going to come up. So you can log in. If you've already done it, you can sign right in. Or if you haven't, you see where it says resend activation email. You just click activate account, and it's going to resend it. And then you go through it, and you'll put all your information in, and then you'll have your HyperWallet account set up. Okay. Any questions so far on that?
Okay.
Okay. Now, I'm going to show you once you are here and you log in, I just screenshot mine, and all of this is actually one page. I couldn't screenshot it all at once. So like right now you can see I have $112.50 in my Hyper Wallet. I can leave it there till more accumulates, or I can put part of it in my checking account, or I can put the whole thing in there, whatever. So I've already got my bank put in here and everything else. So if I want to put that money in my bank, I just type in right here what my amount. And if I wanted to make a note to myself, like this is my sales for this week, or, whatever, if I want to do that, then that'll just give me a record when I go to log into my account of what that was for. And then you just click continue. You do all this on your phone. Okay. So this is how you get paid. And the money is going to go directly into my checking account once I transfer it over. Now, when you're, and I forget where they said the differentiation was, but if you're making commission or over a certain amount, they're going to send you an actual preloaded or debit card, where if I had the card, which we don't have them yet, but say I had that card, I would have $112 on that card. So if I wanted to go get gas, if I wanted to place an order, I could actually pay with my True Aura debit card. Or I don't even have to use it. I can just transfer it into my checking account. So you can do it however you want to do it. Okay, that's some basics, and I hope if y'all didn't learn anything, I apologize. Y'all may have already known all that, but I've just had a lot of questions, so I thought it might be good to kind of go through that. And at this time, I've got Pam Riley, who is going to be our speaker, and she is from Geneseo, Illinois. I hope I said it right because I butchered it last time. And she's got some things she wants to share with you guys too. Pam, are you on?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Hey, you did a fabulous job.
Thanks.
Yes.
Anyway, we kind of I got like 4 or 5 things that we're going to talk about. Number 1 is none of us are on auto ship to get your products sent to you. So either you can do that online, or you can just order whenever you want. Several of us do our own thing, so you can do whatever you want, but you certainly do want to order products for yourself, because it's kind of a hassle. It is for me to keep taking my products out of my bag and using them. The other day, I took my bag, went to a client's house, oh my land, I forgot the cleanser and toner. So it's really a good idea. Yeah. It's really a good idea to get your own skincare, put it in your own area to use at home, so you never forget, and just use your kit for seeing the people. And long as we're talking about that, because I'm going to talk about some other things, but being prepared, long as I'm talking about auto ship and having the products on your shelf for yourself, just yourself. When I took my kit the first time, I forgot I needed a mirror, I needed cotton pads, I needed something that has Q-tips or spatulas in them. I took a little package of wet cloths in case I needed them. So I have to start thinking a little bit differently. I had to take something to put the used spatulas in that I want to rewash and use again, resanitize them. So you want to take that with you, and also make sure that you have a set sheet with you so you can pull it out and show it if you don't have the new brochures from the print shop, which that's up to you whether you want to get them or not. Again, that's all on the app that Michael Ann showed you. So being prepared with that kit is very important. And since we're on that, I'm kind of taking the cart before the horse, but taking a before and after, I can't tell you how important this is. You don't have to put it on the internet. You don't have to do anything with it. But I'm going to tell you what. I, 3 days ago, dropped some samples off with a client that has terrible rosacea in her skin. I had taken a picture of her. I said, hey, let's just take a picture. Well, she kind of didn't think it was really working real well. She felt her skin was soft. Well, I said, hey, I got my iPad or my phone with, let me take your picture. So I took her picture in 3 days, and what a difference. We put them side by side, and she's seen a difference from the before and after. So again, a before and after picture is really great. You don't have to put it on the internet. You don't have to publicize it unless she gives you permission to do that. But please, please, please do that, because I'm telling you what, it sells the product. I talked to another lady at a convalescent home. I showed her just by looking in the mirror what the product's done around her eye and the day treatment. And she ended up turning around buying $250.
Wow.
So yeah, you gotta get out there. You gotta see the people. And I just, I'm excited about the kit. So anyway, there's more I got to talk about. In order for you to make a commission, your personal volume needs to be 300 to get paid on commission on downline, for sure. There's 3 ways to make that personal volume. One is TLC clients. You have 2. If you have 2 a month, that's $284. You only need, like, who's good at math? $16 more. Am I right? Whoever's good at math, $16 more. Or you can order personally 300, or the best way to do it is just like Michael Ann showed you to do. Show them how to shop on your line, and they order. Just like my lady just the other day, she ordered 250. I have no idea who this lady was until she contacted me via email. She goes, "I'm placing an order. I just told my husband what I was ordering." I said, "Okay." So that was really a fast, almost $350 from it. So there's 3 ways to make income there. I'm not income, but the commission, the 300 for the personal volume. So that would be either TLC, order yourself, or they can order on your site, which my site is trueaura.com. No, trueaurabeauty.com/Pam Riley. Trying to do it right in my head. Please, 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 if they go on to True Aura, make sure they know your name and your consultant number, because we don't want the sales going to a different person. And if that does happen, Michael Ann give you a number for you to call True Aura, or you need to call the business center. And sometimes it involves an email between them and the new client too, to make sure that this process did go through them and not somebody else.
Well, let me interrupt you for just a second, Pam. If they go in directly through your website, they shouldn't need your consultant number, because if they're going into trueaurabeauty.com/Pam Riley, you're automatically going to get, unless something goes wrong with the process,
Correct.
You shouldn't need your consultant number.
Correct. And it did with mine. And so I contacted True Aura, and they had to connect them with the person that I signed up. And they just sent an email to that person just to confirm, because it went under somebody else. And it wasn't, I think what happened, Michael Ann, I was on somebody else's phone and my phone was ran over. And so it wasn't quite connecting to the right site. But I kept looking to see under recent orders, and she never did show up. So I contacted the company and they got it straightened out, and voila. So everything's good.
Okay, good. And we appreciate you taking the time to share with us tonight. And I love that we have so many people out working the business that we can learn from. I was talking earlier, we've got one lady on Jania's team that's got an event coming up. So I can't wait to hear how that goes for her and to get some information. I did want to go over a little bit about the products, and this is going to be well, first of all, let me back up. And I did post some videos on our page from Kelly Ann Worthington that were awesome. And if you guys haven't had a chance to watch those, she has one on the microbiome and one on prebiotics, and how the products are, how different skin types are kind of reacting to it. And I do recommend, if you get a chance, go on there and watch those. They're listed on our page. But I wanted to share just a few of the things that I learned from her. She first of all talked about how, like, the microbiome has a lot of functions, and it protects us from germs, and it breaks down, the things that don't need to be on there. It produces vitamins, and it's like a shield that protects our whole body. And it contains electrolytes, fatty acids, sebum, which is naturally occurring oil, and it also creates vitamin B3, B6, B12, and vitamin K. It protects us from viruses, environmental aggressors, microbes, chemicals, and sun damage. So it's kind of like living in a bubble. And we know that prebiotics are food for probiotics, and probiotics are what's in all of our products. Probiotics help create that shield. They create an antimicrobial peptide, and it also improves the skin's functionality. I did not know the word ceramide, but it actually increases ceramide production. And ceramide, if you think about your skin cells being like bricks and you have mortar in between the bricks, the ceramide actually goes in and it's like mortar. It strengthens the bricks, and it just makes the skin, it just helps to strengthen the skin. And it locks in moisture, and it helps to stop excess oil production. Now, there's different skin types, and I have found that people with sensitive skin are loving this because it's more gentle on their skin than traditional cleansers that just sweep everything away because of it only removing impurities, and it's not irritating skin. So people with, with rosacea, eczema, sensitive skin, they're going to see a difference right away because it's going to decrease inflammation, and it helps to calm the skin and reduce flare-ups. I don't have anybody personally that has acne that's used it yet, but I've seen some good before and after pictures, and I'm looking forward to getting some of those myself. But people with acne, it helps to fight that bad bacteria, which can cause breakouts, and that's how it helps them. People with oily skin, it helps to even out the oil production so that they feel hydrated, and it also keeps the good bacteria in place. Now, people with dry skin, it's taken the longest to fix. And of people that, are taking longer for it to adjust, it's typically people with dry skin. And the reason is that we're so used to doing heavy creams and heavy moisturizers if you have dry skin, because with traditional cleansers, we're sweeping everything away. So we're having to put back like lipids and oils and things like that. So traditionally, people with dry skin are using heavier creams and heavier moisturizers. Well, I knew there were a lot of people with oily skin that wouldn't use moisturizer because they felt like they didn't need it with their skin being oily. And for years, we've told people, if you use a good cleanser, you have oily skin and you don't use moisturizer, what do we tell them? Your skin's going to overcompensate and create even more oil, and you're going to be even more oily if you don't use a moisturizer. Well, the reverse of that is true. If you have dry skin and you're over moisturizing your skin, you can have what's called skin maceration, which is where you're over moisturizing, and it can actually break the skin down and make it more weak. And I don't know if you guys have ever run into this. I know I have over the years. I've run into people that say, oh, my skin is so dry, no matter what I put on it, it just soaks right in. And I've met people that put Vaseline on and say that doesn't hydrate them enough. Well, what they've done is they've over moisturized their skin. And so what they need to do with dry skin, we're not putting heavy creams and lotions on because we're not having to add all that back in, because the cleanser is not removing all the natural oil. The moisturizer and the night cream is really more to kind of seal in the natural moisture instead of trying to add a lot. So people that you're selling to that have dry skin, just give them a heads up. It may take you up to 2 weeks before you feel thoroughly moisturized, but don't do the day cream and the night cream at one time, because parts of that will cancel each other out. If you put on the moisturizer and you don't feel like you have enough, just do, like, if it's the day, just do like 2 layers of day cream. And if it's at night, do 2 layers of night cream. If you feel like you need it, eventually you shouldn't. So anyway, I just thought that was really interesting. And it's always good to let people know ahead of time, just like, if you know that it could potentially be an issue, let them know to look for it so that they don't think anything is wrong or anything's, coming out with that. But I did want to show y'all, Pam mentioned about the little brochures, and y'all may have seen my post. I actually took my books down to the UPS store, I think, and they actually cut and bound the books, put a little clear cover on them, and anyway, this cost me like $2 a book, and I don't want my books like walking off because everybody can order online, so we don't really need to pass books out everywhere we go. And anyway, just wanted to show you all that. And then the back is, you know, a little black cover, but you can take these UPS, FedEx store, wherever, and you can have that done once you order books. But I do want to kind of tell you a little bit about just a few highlights of each product, because it's good whenever you're doing a party or explaining the products to people. It's good to have just a few things you say about each product. And I am finding that I need 2 pumps of cleanser. Maybe you guys are getting by with 1, and that's great if you are, but what I'm doing is I'm doing 2 pumps of cleanser, adding a little bit of water to it and lathering it up, getting a good lather going first, because in the beginning I was trying to smear the cleanser directly on and that was not working. So anyway, just let people know that, lather it up, and then, you know, put that on their face and then just wash it off with a washcloth. With the tonic is micellar, so it's not stripping everything off, and you're not going to feel like tight. Like a lot of times with traditional cleanser, when you take everything off in the toner or the tonic, your skin feels really tight. You're not going to get that with this tonic. Number 1, it's micellar, and number 2, it actually has essential oils. Tonic has essential oils in it, and every product except cleanser and tonic has ingredients that help to lighten age spots, freckles, sun damage, any of that. But the cleanser and the tonic are you know, the cleanser is designed to be rinsed off and the tonic is a rinse. Then you've got your day repair, and this helps restore lipid barriers, and it helps the skin create collagen. And I know we've all heard Gary say that it does not matter. A lot of products claim they have collagen in them. That's great, but it doesn't do anything for your skin. In order for collagen to benefit you, your skin has to produce it naturally. Adding collagen to your skin does nothing for the anti-aging and the repair. So this product actually has ingredients that cause your skin to create collagen. And anyway, that's a really good, that's just one of the benefits of this. Now, the night treatment also has the DNA peptide. So we know that immortal peptide goes in and it helps the, you know, the raisins to kind of turn back into grapes. It also brightens the skin. Then you've got your day lotion. And I do want to caution you that this does not have SPF yet. It takes a while to get FDA approval to add SPF to a product. So they are going to later on add SPF to this product, but right now it does not have that. But it's not heavy, just like we talked about earlier, because what it's doing is sealing in natural moisture instead of trying to put everything back. So it's not going to be heavy. It's a really lightweight moisturizer. But yet I feel moisturized, you know, with it. And the same thing with the night. With the night cream, it helps to restore the lipid barrier so that the natural moisture doesn't escape. And it helps to strengthen the skin. It's a lot of good stuff in there. And the eye repair. This is probably, if I had to pick one favorite product, I love the eye repair for many reasons. Number 1 is the only eye product. So I'm going from using 3 or 4 eye products a day to 1 eye product. And this is also helping, it has natural butters, which hydrate. It helps with dark circles, and it helps with fine lines. So it's like you've got, you know, just one product to do everything that we need. And make sure when you're putting the eye product on, or you let your customers know, use your ring finger because you'll be more gentle around the eyes, and you either want to tap it on or gently rub. I usually tell my clients, if you're doing the same motion, if you are putting your eye cream on the same way you would wipe something off, you're being too aggressive, because you're actually wiping the eye product off. You don't have to press hard or push hard to get it in. Just kind of dab it on. Whatever is left, you can do on the brow bone, and you can actually do it on the lid. I would not recommend putting directly on the lid, just kind of whatever's left over on your finger, you can kind of rub down on that lid. Okay, Janya has a few things that she's going to add about the products, and I appreciate her jumping in at the last minute.
Hey girls, this is Janya, and I'm just I've been gone this week with my dad in the hospital, and so I appreciate Michael, Ann, and Pam for coming in and doing this. And today when I was working just a little bit on these products, there were 4 words I like to take and these fit into what Michael Ann has told us about the products. And if you wanted to say, how do you describe our new Truara skincare? Well, here I think is what I'm going to use. It's simple. And you've seen the simplicity of it. We have gone from using 12 products on our face to 7. Now, would you call that simple? Yes. So I love that I don't have a whole bag full of products. And so it's simple. And then wouldn't you say that it's smart? Simply smart. It's with smart, you have oily skin or dry skin or acne skin or sensitive skin, and we're able to provide the same skincare. It's smart. It works with our microbiome, and so it's simple and it's smart. The third word that I loved was it's safe. And here's where our clean, healthy, all about the microbiome, our ecological system in our skin. So you've got that clean and healthy probiotics, prebiotics. And then the last word is sustainable. And I love this word because our product, one of the things that people have asked is, do you see the visible results? Yes, I can tell you, and you can see from our before and after pictures that we've taken. Would you say that it's sustainable? It's not, it's lasting for every week, gets better. And there's a definition that I found for sustainable that I think you'll like. That word means capable of being sustained, being maintained at a steady level without exhausting natural resources or causing severe ecological damage. How fun is that? So this whole skincare regimen is about the ecological, natural design that is a God-given design. And our skincare is simply smart, sustainable, and safe. So maybe that'll help you in briefly describing this new skincare of Truara Beauty. Thanks.
You're welcome. That was awesome, and I appreciate you sharing that. I think I'm going to add that to my next party because it does bring out so many good points about our skincare, and I just love that. That's really good.
And let me also, for your, when you said about the eye cream, that was my big thing with skincare, and you can, if you have, I'm 65 and I have eyelids that want to droop, and I do pat this on my eyelid on that wrinkle every morning, and it is sustainable. So that's my eye testimony.
Oh, good deal. Okay, so next time I call, I have Betty Stewart, and she's got some ideas that she's going to share with us, and she's always great about getting a plan together. I know when I was a new consultant and she would call me, I would always get off the phone, and I was excited about working my business, and I had some new ideas I could try. So anyway, Miss Betty. Miss Betty, you're muted, I think, no? I can't hear you. Miss Betty, I can't hear you, but you're not muted.
There's one part of her that's muted. Let's see.
Well, it says, okay, we can't hear you, Miss Betty. We can see you.
It says she's on here twice, Michael Ann, so maybe.
Oh,
maybe she was on and muted, and then she.
Okay, let me look and see if I can find her. I see. Is this one?
There it is. That's the one.
Well, okay, so
error.
That could be. What is it saying? I'm going to remove this one.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Maybe we can hear you now. No?
It's not removed here.
I don't know. It's not giving me an option. Okay, we may have to come back to you, Miss Betty. I tell you what, can you hear me, Miss Betty? Okay, why don't you, I'm sorry, I asked you to get in on video. Why don't you try like through the phone line, and when you get on, let us know, and we'll come back to you. Okay, hopefully she'll be able to get on here, and I'm just going to skip this for now, and we'll come back. But I did want to tell you that our tentative schedule, I love doing these Zoom calls because I know we have people all across the country, and we're going to tentatively do it the third Monday night of each month. And if there's, you know, something, you know, less otherwise specified, but I went ahead and looked, and it looks like the next 4 months we're good to go unless something unforeseen comes up. And I'll just be putting out the link just like, you know, just like we normally do. And I did want to congratulate Pam Riley for making Gold Consultant last month. So she was our very first Gold Consultant in the Dillinger World. And I have decided that whenever you reach Gold Consultant for the first time, I had a little challenge out there that whoever met it by the end of February would get a gift. But the first time you reach Gold Consultant, you're going to get a gift from me, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'm going to need your t-shirt size and style preference. But I'm not telling you what you're getting. It's going to be a surprise. Y'all just have to act real surprised when you get it. But you can do fitted, V-neck, regular, so just kind of let me know. But congratulations to Pam. And before I get to that, I just saw that Betty Hughes is on the line, and I just wanted to say hey. And if you're not muted, do you have anything that you'd like to add? I know you weren't able to be on at the beginning.
Michael Ann, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, great. Okay. Yes, I was a little bit late, but I jumped on anyway because, gosh, I'm just overwhelmed with all of this information I've learned. I'm telling you, this is a wonderful, smart group of women that we're all engaged with. And I love each of you. And it's just amazing watching you achieve your monthly goals and doing what you're doing. And I don't know, I'm just learning so much. And, you know, I think Michael Ann broke it down for me tonight, and I feel much smarter than I did when I got on the call. So, you just listen to that and you think, man, I know these products are working. I can see it on my own skin, but you hear it from someone like that and say, man, we're at the right place with the right product to really grow a business with it being so easy to what we were brought up with. So I'm just telling you, I'm excited. Thank y'all for letting me be a part of your teams and your lives. And I want you to know I'm here. If y'all ever need me to come and be with you at a meeting or whatever, I am open to that anytime. So just know I'm here if you need me, though, and I'm always here loving and supporting you.
By the way, I'm glad you said that. If you live locally, I am doing a team rally at my house on April the 9th, which is a Monday. And I know Betty Stewart is coming. And Miss Betty, you are welcome to come as well if you don't have anything that night. But that's going to be my next in-person meeting. And we'd love to have you join us. Now, Betty Stewart, did you get back on? It looks like you joined on your phone.
I am.
Oh, yay. Okay, good. Let me back up.
I was just talking a while ago and y'all couldn't hear what I was saying. I was getting frustrated. Wow.
So apparently we can either see you or we can hear you, but we can't do both, huh?
I guess so. That's true. Well, I was digging through some boxes here, still unpacking some of my boxes all the way from last July. This moving thing is an never-ending thing. But I was sorting through some papers and ran across some, that from an old company that I was with for 40-something years. And I thought, you know what? Some of that stuff that we used over there would work over here. And we just, so I thought, wow, I ran across this one sheet and it says, this is what to do in your first 30 days as a new consultant. And I thought, wow, we could switch this over into what we're doing now, and it would still work. And that is this. It says, of course, I'm translating this over to us, but it says, that we should get very familiar with our products, which is what y'all been talking about, and that's wonderful. Watch the videos, get, the information in your mind as much as possible. But that, you know, that old Frank list we used to do, it still works. So we could still do a Frank list to get our prospects in our mind. And sometimes, I'm going to tell you what, that Frank list went all the way back to, I don't know, years and years and years ago. We called it something else. But every time that I've ever done one, I always see several names pop up on that list because of the categories that you list that I would not have thought about if I hadn't used that list. So get your old Frank list out and work it. That stands for friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, and kids. What? Parents? I can't remember.
Kids, friends, relatives, associates, neighbors, and kids.
Yeah. Anyway, that still works. And I'm telling you, if you haven't done one lately, do it. Because, like I said, you'll come up with some new names and, you know, new feels of people. So you'll have some new names on there. And then demo in private consultation situation or fashion or whatever I don't know what we're calling it now, but I have found that, you know, whenever you do one-on-ones or just show people individually, you're going to have more, opportunities probably to either sign them up as a TLC client or as a consultant. But, you know, that pop open the box party we used to do, we all have new box with new stuff in it. So we could easily say, come to my pop open the box party and have several people over. And, you know, I had some consultants in the previous world that would do pop open the box party when they joined. And I found they were very, very effective. And especially now that our products are few, that should be really, really easy to do. But then, you know, I also ran across a sheet that talked about the 2 + 2 + 2. And I got to thinking, that's really, really a goal sheet actually for us. And it will give us a specific focus, which is always good. But what if we use the first 2 to just find 2 new prospects that you can turn into either a TLC client or an online client? And if you, there's several different places you could go to do that now. Since we've got social media, you could find some there. Everybody on social media really is a prospect. So you could work through your friends there on Facebook, or you could, you know, just remember to pass out your card or meet people in the street. And I ordered a complete extra set of products to just make samples out of. And I made 2 complete sets of samples and mailed them just, what is today? I mailed them Thursday. And I could hardly even tell anything was gone out of my bottle. So I'm thinking that out of one whole set, I probably could make at least 15 samples to send out. And I figure out of sending out 15 sample sets that I should surely be able to sell at least 7 or 8 of those. I'm looking for 50%, if not more than that. So that could be under your 2 new prospects. When I'm saying 2 new prospects, I mean that you turn into clients, which you probably have to talk with or meet with, you know, 10, 15, something like that to actually turn to. But your percentages could be higher. Depends on, you know, what your closing stats are, I guess. Anyway, then the another two is actually set and close on 2 TLC clients in each month. And if we try to get at least 3 to 4 a month, that will really, really make our TLC client and that volume there grow. But just for this phone call, and this, since it's already the 20th, I'm saying if we could do this by the end of the month, find 2 TLC clients, then that could come from our either former consultant base that you had, or either from somebody that that you have, that you know that has used another product. It doesn't matter what they're using actually, but I was thinking that oh, I know what it was. I was going to say either a TLC client, a client from your former business, or your next door neighbor or whoever that you know has already used beauty control before, and we're moving them into, since they can't get that anymore, into a new TLC client. Or maybe you could move them into a consultant, which would be the third 2. So the first 2 is 2 new prospects that you turn into a customer, and then 2 TLC clients that you have gotten from either your old consultant pool or your old customer pool, and then 2 recruits. And those can be from any and all of the people you talk with the rest of this month. But I have found that whenever we are talking to people and they're given a choice as to whether to be a selling consultant or a TLC client, because there's an unknown there, and especially if there are people that we've had in our other business, they have in their mind the way the business worked then. And, you know, to explain that this business is not the same, but it's actually, I'm finding better. I'm liking the what I know about it. I think I'm going to like the career plan better. And I know I like the product better. I like as Janya said, I especially like the simplicity of it. So the whole little concept of, well, you know, one of the things that I'm hearing is I was overwhelmed with so many products before, and talking about that simplicity and the smart and the safe, especially those 3 things are really, really good words to use whenever we're talking with somebody to recruit them. So I really think if we just focus on getting 2 and 2, then we'll wind up with a good month. And I'm thinking that, what is it they say? Sometimes there are things that you do where you have to look at the results before you understand how it began. And that's kind of what I'm dealing with here, because I'm looking at the results of some of the things that I'm seeing that's happening, and I'm better understanding after I can see the numbers and see how things are really working. So anyway, that's just basically what I would challenge every one of us to do, is just try to be making something happen every day. But if we'll get a number in our mind and make that number work, we might be surprised at what we wind up accomplishing by the end of the month.
Right, absolutely. A lot of good tips there. And just, you know, setting your goals small, like 2 people for TLC clients, talking to 2 people, getting samples out. Just break it down into daily activities, and it just helps it not to be.
Well, we have 11 days left. Well, maybe, tomorrow's the 20th, and then the 31st is the month's over. So I figure that's a reasonable thing to look at, 2, 2, and 2 for the rest of the month. I mean, but, you know, if you make it all happen in 3 days, we'll get out there and do more. So that's what I say.
And don't quit. If you reach your goal early, don't quit for the month. Keep going and see how much more you can do. Because anyway, you can always readjust our goals. All right, so I just wanted to close. I was reminded about, I was listening to a sermon by Tony Evans the other day, and he's just an awesome preacher, and he was talking about having the faith of a mustard seed. And it reminded me of a quote that I heard that stuck with me. I have no idea where it came from. I think my aunt is the one that I heard this from. And she said, you know, the mighty oak was once a little nut that stood its ground. Now, I'm not calling us nuts. Although, you know, I'll call myself that because, you know, whatever. But anyway, it just reminded me, you know, how often in life are we given the opportunity, you know, for a brand new beginning and a brand new start and a do-over and all of the things that, you know, we can start over. If you've ever said, well, I wish I knew then what I know now. Well, we get to do that in True Aura. We get to start. Everything is brand new. And we're not going to be an oak tree overnight. It's going to take time. It's going to take, you know, we gotta water our business, and we've got to fertilize it, and we've got to just give it time to grow, but we've got to be steady. You know, we can't be like the dandelion seed that's blown by the wind every which way. So, you know, we're all acorns, and if we'll just stick with it, we're going to get results, we're going to get sales, we're going to get clients, and just being persistent and being consistent. Just, you know, think about that it's, you know, we're not going to be overnight successes. We're not going to all promote to director in a month. But right now we're just planting seed, and we're fertilizing the ground, and we're just planting as many seeds as possible. And we're going to let the results speak for themselves. And as always, if you guys are not on the Dillinger World Facebook page, please request to join. I think most everyone is on at this point. I know not everyone does Facebook, and that's totally fine. But this is the main way that we kind of communicate with one another. I will be sending out emails. I did attempt to email everybody last month, and I know I hope everybody got their email. But just, you know, this is a great way that for us to ask each other questions and give each other ideas. So I'd love for you guys to join that if you haven't. Now, at this point, I'm going to stop the recording, but I will stay on for a few minutes. So if anyone has any questions or anything, you can go ahead and unmute yourself. And I will, once this video uploads, I will download it onto YouTube, and I'll post it onto our page. But I thank each and every one of you guys for being on tonight. And anyway, look forward to meeting you guys in person, the ones that I haven't yet.